about this. Now listen to what I gotta say. Sarah!
It's trying to rape me!
Okay, so today's lesson is about Black Wall Street.
Come on out, boy!
Okay, class. Let's exit in orderly fashion. Come on.
I ain't done yet!
Okay, so today's lesson is about Black Wall Street.
Watch now on tranquilinferno.com.
tranquilinferno.com. The link for that is in the description box right now. Promo code Viral10. Click Viral10 into the promo code and get your 10% off. Do it now, I implore it. Dope movie, dope film, dope director. Let's get it done. Want a live interview with Viral Hip Hop News? Email me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go.
Hey, man, a question, man, because I was looking at this video on Instagram earlier today, and it had a lot of people, a lot of black men on here. Martin Luther King, R. Kelly, Diddy, Jay-Z. And one thing that they were talking about was black men, you know, that were so-called liberators or powerful men. Tupac as well. What's the correlation? Is there a correlation between black men and liberators and sexual assault charges? They got a lot of different people in here. And we kind of talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
We touched on it. I think that there is, but I'll let you go first. And if there is, why do you think it is?
There's been a pattern throughout history, and if you just kind of pay attention to history, there's always been, for some reason, since like slavery ended and we started really becoming our own individual people, owning our own things and kind of building up for ourselves, it's been this collective effort in trying to destroy the name, the image of a successful black person, successful black men in particular, for whatever reason. And we've seen various ways on how they try to do that throughout the centuries, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and now we're in our new millennium in 2025. And I believe that it's tough because you don't want to automatically assume that everybody is getting railroaded because they're a black man. So you're kind of trying to just look at it from especially what we do, a neutral perspective. But for some reason, it seems like there's a lot of the same patterns that go on in a lot of what we've seen. And the main, the focus behind what they're blamed for is something sexual. Always. And why is that something easy to kind of blame on somebody? Because it's not easily able to either disregard or prove. You could have a relationship with a woman, y'all could be doing your thing outside of your marriage, and that's up for that's a moral conversation. That's not a legality conversation. Or you could have a night out and do your thing with a woman, and then 10 years later they can blame you for assault. And did you sleep with the woman? Yes. But did you assault her? Was it consensual? Of course. But you can't prove that. So while that's being ironed out in court, while that's being ironed out in the legal process, your name is being annihilated. And in the court of public perception, you're already guilty before even being proven of anything. Yep. And that seems like when you look throughout history and you look through a black man, we talked about a little bit yesterday, a black man looking at a white woman, or that black man flirted with me, all right, let's go hang him in the back, or this man did this with this person or that person. It's just so easy to just smash the gavel down on black men in particular when it comes to sexual acts. And for some reason, it also feels as though they try to paint black men as these sexual deviants that don't have control over their physical emotions and that are animals that can't control themselves, so they have to go out and do these demonistic things to take women without their consent or mess with children and all this wild stuff. And it couldn't be further from the truth. I think that it kind of just tries to show an animalistic side to us, which they've done for centuries as well, to just kind of try to tear down a black man's image. Now, I'm not saying that Dr. Cosby, Jay-Z, R. Kelly, Diddy are saints. I'm sure they've done their shit. Everybody has done their shit, but should they be the poster children of these disgusting images that we've kind of put on them? And in particular in the black community now, black community is doing it, saying that these men aren't good, or only reason these men have done anything successful is because of them taking advantage of business partners or sexually or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I definitely think there's something to that. As journalists or as people that do this, we're going to continue to kind of keep it neutral and look at every individual situation individually. But as we do that, man, the patterns are there and you can't ignore them.
Yeah, no, and I think for centuries, since whenever we came in contact, with these different races, there's been a preoccupation with the black male phallus or penis. Even back, we go back to slavery and things like that. They cutting off the penis. I remember, and I it's kind of crept up on me because the book I read called ISIS Papers, and I was thinking about it. And in the book, Dr. Wilson, she talks about, her theory is that the black penis, the black male, has a genetic potential to annihilate every, race, pretty much turn anything black, that it, sticks his thing in. And she states that as a result of that the white collective, they created something that's equivalent to the penis, which is a gun. If you look at it, it kind of looks like a penis.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be their equivalent to match and eliminate the black man, right? And I'm going to tie this all together.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a time, even like you had like the Ashanti tribe from Ghana and all these different, tribes. They was conquering. They was doing anything. They was whooping everybody. They was whooping British and everything. The Chinese, began to create the gun. The white man, create the cannon. So they were able to put this together and create a weapon, you know what I'm saying, that could now take you out. Now, because close hand-to-hand combat, they couldn't deal with you.
Yeah.
So now it's like the cannon and the gun. Now we can hit you from feet away or far away now. So we can't really, we don't have to close that distance no more. So as a result of that, we seen that a lot of the times we started getting killed because we couldn't get close enough to people. Now, tying this in to today, right, she feels like, and she even talked about this in her book, that since they're so, and I'm not saying, I can't necessarily say this is 100% accurate. I'm giving you her, opinion. The reason that they keep putting these charges and things on black people, first is because, like you said, it's very easy for people to believe. It's very easy for people to feel like this person, again, if your image is if you already got a destroyed image, people are going to think the worst of you. Yes, you're a savage. Yes, you're a sexual deviant. Yes, you're a murderer. Yes, you're a thug. So when I say this stuff about you in the media, yeah, they like that anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it goes deep, and then it's like, what is the preoccupation with the black male in sex? What is that? Like, you cutting it off, you want it in you want to destroy it, you're making guns, that look like penises. Cause remember the cannon. It's a big dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That busts at the end of the day.
Light your ass up.
You know what I mean? But inside the black, the genes, the genome, you got the penis, it busts, and when inside that, it could destroy, and wipe out, races of people. And she said subconsciously and consciously, they feel, and they might even know what they're doing. When you say subconscious, you don't even know why you're doing it.
Yeah.
But subconsciously, we got to do something to counteract this, because our race could be annihilated. Our race could be destroyed, meaning that all, lighter skinned people at a time could be gone. That race could be gone. That's just her theory.
Yeah.
Whether you want to take it, hopefully I did the best I can to try to explain it. You can get the book and read it, the ISIS Papers. I do think there's some truth to it.
When did she write that book? You remember?
I think it was in the 70s.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that shit. How we are still talking and referencing that book from 50-something years ago.
Yeah.
And it still rings true. And you know what else kind of sparks or raises my eyebrow when I look at it? When you look at dude from Abercrombie and Fitch, when you look at Weinstein, when you look at even Epstein, right?
Right.
And it's there. Allegedly, there is physical proof and evidence of these individuals doing the things that they were accused of. Yet we don't hear about it as much. It's not sensationalized as much. It isn't joked about as much. It isn't put on a public pedestal for people to be able to throw tar and feathers on as much as Diddy and Jay-Z and Bill and Dr. Cosby and R. Kelly. And why? dude was trafficking Abercrombie and Fitch models. It was proven.
Nobody cared.
He got bailed out of jail. You ain't heard his name no more.
Yep.
Apparently, Epstein had an entire island where presidents and congressmen and powerful people were going to this island and taking advantage of underage girls, and there was a list out. Yet we talk about baby oil more than we talk about that list. And now we try to tie in Diddy's name with the list. No, fuck that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Let's talk about the people in there. Let's talk about the presidents that were there. Let's talk about them congressmen or these powerful people that were taking advantage of babies if we care. But the media does such an incredible job of putting something out there and throwing it under the rug, or putting it in front of the public light so that the public and the people can tar and feather these people. And we've heard it from the beginning of time. It's one of the biggest tools in manipulation in mankind is the media and the tell a lie vision. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's just we got to really pay attention. I know some of these commenters, and I know some of it is what it is. Some of them may even be bots or whatever the case may be. But you see some of these comments when it comes to some of these brothers, and I'm not saying that they are just straight goody two-shoes and great people. But at the same time, what they're being blamed for, can we just objectively look at the situation and give them a fucking chance before we just destroy them because we don't like them or we're jealous or whatever the case may be? And that's what it seems like is happening. And now they have us doing their bidding for them. It's like they got it. They sitting on their ass and just putting it out there. And they said, all right, now Shade Room got us. Hollywood Unlocked got us. Jasmine Brand got us. They got us. Just put it out there, and they'll do the rest.
And it's crazy because it's like, yo, it's just the allegation at this point in time. They even have court.
No.
I'm saying they have court for these type of things.
Right.
Where it's like, yo, you get to present your evidence. We get to dispute the evidence. And people get to look at it from an objective point of view to jurors and decide.
Yep. It
ain't just, oh, you said it, you're guilty. That's not how it works. And I'm sure at a time it was probably like that in this country, but it was like the people like, this ain't fair.
Nope.
So, all right, look, you can get your own, somebody that's went to school to defend you. We'll get a jury of your peers, supposedly, and we'll sit down and we'll go back and forth, in a civil way, and we'll sit down and get to the bottom of this shit. We'll listen to the evidence. We'll dispute it. We'll get to cross-examine. We'll get to get in front of our accuser. All this stuff is in place in the United States, and we still want to believe somebody's guilty off of accusation.
Yep.
Now, some of these dudes, going back to the whole conversation, some of these dudes probably are guilty. I'm not going to sit up here and say every black man.
Not everybody.
Right. That, it's an agenda. No, I'm not. That's what we're not saying. Don't misconstrue that. But some of them got fucking railroaded.
Yeah.
That's the fact. Some of them were attacked because of their fame and their power, and they were trying to liberate and do whatever they want, and that was the easiest thing to put on them. And some of them dudes are just creeps.
Yep.
That's just what it is. Now, we can pick and choose whatever you want and go back and forth. But all we saying with a Jay-Z and a Diddy, let's wait and see. We're not going to sit up here and condemn these dudes because of what somebody said.
Until it's time to. Unless we have enough evidence to do it. And take advantage of babies or doing that, that's when it's time to. But we ain't got none of that evidence yet. Bro, I don't know if you know, there's a new documentary coming out on Diddy on the 13th, and it's airing on Peacock.
Get out of here.
Diddy insiders break their silence in new Peacock documentary trailer, Something's Not Right. Al B. Sure and various Diddy affiliates break their silence in a jarring trailer. Dude ain't even sat in trial yet. Yet there are at least 5 documentaries out on major networks trying to paint this dude as a villain. They are pay attention to what they're doing. What jury are they going to find that is non-partial after seeing all of this shit? We are still human beings at the end of the day. And they're going to pick the right amount of people. We talked about jury selection numerous times with Mr. Wyatt on this show and how they pick and prod and other various people and how they pick a jury. You think they're going to pick 13 people that are going to objectively say, okay, let's look at the evidence, you know what I mean, straight up neutral, and let's give this brother a fair trial? How? You fed him too much already.
Yeah.
The damage is done.
It's done.
And that's what they do.
And it's done. And it's going to be tough for a guy like Diddy. Jay-Z's a totally different story. We just found out that the judge is going to allow him to even file a motion for the case to be dismissed. And I'm happy about that, because from the little bit of information that we have, it just seems like some BS. From us getting a chance to hear the lady, from the lady father saying he don't remember nothing, to even the timelines of where Jay-Z was this night and all that. None of this shit adds up at all. And after that, I don't know if you've seen this on Instagram. You've seen... it was like a video where it was like some kids in the background, and it's the caption was like Jay-Z and Diddy get happy with a room full of kids. I don't know if you seen. Did you see that joint?
Nah, I'm glad I didn't.
And it's like, what the hell is this?
Whoa.
Like, so the internet and the media can be very, very lethal.
Yep.
And dangerous, man. Scary shit.
You know what's crazy? I just thought about it as you talked about it. Remember when Jay-Z got into that situation in the elevator with Solange and Beyonce, and Solange was in there whooping his ass and he did nothing? If this dude was a monster, could you imagine after watching that video with Diddy, whooping Cassie's ass, and that was not a comfortable video to watch. But do you see Diddy reacting that way the way Jay-Z did?
He punching that
Hell
right
no.
Yeah,
He going to work.
Yeah.
And anybody with that type of mindset is not allowing anybody to put their hands on him like that. He sat there and took the shit.
Right.
And he didn't know that the elevator, I don't know what he knew. But I know in that moment of real high anger and intensity, that man sat there and took it. So for somebody to be able to do that, yeah, he may have been conniving when it comes to business. People may not have liked how he did it, even though everybody that he rocked with, if he rocked with you, they in great position right now.
Most of them are still there, except for like 2 people.
98% of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to put this dude on a different type of pedestal, but at the end of the day, he's successful as a mother effer, probably more successful than we've seen any hip-hop artist reach. I'm going to give that man his credit. I'm going to give him his flowers for what he did. And until otherwise, I'm not throwing no bullshit on his name because of allegations. I'm just not going to do that. Even Diddy to a certain degree, and we've heard way more about Diddy than we have about Hove. I'm not even going to throw dirt on his name until we need to really throw dirt on his name. What we got out here right now, we've done enough throwing dirt on his name for the Cassie situation. She got her compensation. She got what she was looking for getting beat. No one is justifying it. No one is saying it was right. She got a lot of money to go ahead and deal with that situation. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
We asked Consu, was Jay-Z a modern day revolutionary? He said yes. Do you think Jay-Z is a modern day Jesus Christ figure?
I can't put
these niggas off, man.
I can't put him there.
I'm putting him there,
and that's fair. I'm not.
And I'm let me use some context.
Go ahead.
Think about like some of his songs.
Yep, dope.
Like some of the stuff that he says.
Dope.
How he's being attacked right now, like how he kind of all foreseen this, like how he's came from, from a crack dealer to now God is worth $3 billion. Like, why can't he be? And they're gonna get me for this. I know this. Why can't he be compared to a Jesus Christ? Why not? He ain't dead yet.
B.I. said, "Ho, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself." I agree. I said, one of our concepts get stoned every day. Like,
yeah, you feel me? I mean, if people say, "Oh, y'all worshiping him," yo, this is the story. Like, even with the story of Jesus Christ, if you look in your history, a lot of people say it was plagiarized from a different story out of Egypt. And I'll just leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, it is what it is with that, right? So what do you think? You still can't do it?
I still can't do it.
All right.
But you know what?